Hello guys, Vino here, coming at you with the Vino Plunk production. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing really well. Me, I'm doing pretty fantastic, thank you very much. It's currently Sunday, the 11th of June 2023, and it's 5 past 11 p.m. Give or take. I thought I'd come at you guys with this on the go video, bit of an update video, bit of a just on the fly. It's Sunday evening, Sunday night even, and I thought I'd come at you with a video, give some updates to you guys, and go from there. Pretty much. So I'm actually off work next week, which means there's probably going to be quite a few videos coming up from me. I keep looking at the camera because I really don't like how the front-facing camera looks on very many cameras these days when it comes to obviously phones. But at the end of the day, I don't think many people really care that much. I'm just really pinicky. But I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to how visuals look, which I need to get over or get past that, because of course I sold my nice camera and my mic to go to a more lo-fi, more, less production sort of thing, because YouTube became less of a focus for me. I've got to remember that this is what I've got. This is what I've got to work with until one day that I decide to go back down the route of buying a nicer camera and all that kind of stuff. Get back on that whole horse again, maybe at some point. We'll see how things go. So there are a few things I need to or want to update you guys on. The first thing I want to update you guys on is I actually have a VR headset again. So this is the Pico 4. This is TikTok's attempt at a headset. Now, the irony of it is there's going to be some people in the comment section potentially who are going to go, "What do you mean that's TikTok's take on it? Actually, the company with..." So, Pico was bought by ByteDance, which is the owner of TikTok, a few years ago. And the Pico 4 is the first headset that they've made under fully owned, under the ownership of ByteDance. All of the headsets they released before, I believe, were when Pico was still Pico and not owned by ByteDance. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the first, headset that was actually manufactured with ByteDance and Pico and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. Now I always find it funny that this has been this has come out by ByteDance, because of course the Oculus is Facebook's, or the Meta as they now call it, whether it be the Meta Quest or the main whatever they're called, the main one now, the Meta Pro, the Meta Oculus Pro. Their naming scheme really has gone out the window now, because they're basically renaming everything because they've gone over to being named Meta. But I really find it funny that two social media giants are going against each other in the VR space. To be honest, apart from Apple, they've announced the Vision Pro, whatever they've called it. There's not many other manufacturers really in the VR space. There's a few in the AR space, such as Microsoft, and I think Google might still be in that space. But the VR space, really, the two biggest titans are both Facebook and TikTok now, as far as I'm concerned. So, really funny. But anyway, on a more serious note, really been enjoying getting back into VR. I actually used to own a VR headset back in the day. I owned a Oculus Quest 2. Send it back to Amazon because I actually was unable to afford the monthly payments that it was costing, and also I was getting quite severe VR sickness. Also at the time, didn't have a computer capable of doing PC VR. I now have a PC capable of doing PC VR, so I have been doing some PC VR, and that's been really fun, as well as standalone VR. So yeah, there's going to be some videos on this, some gameplay and stuff like that. It actually came with 4 free games, which is actually, it's a really good value for money, actually. And I would not be surprised to hear that ByteDance are making a loss on the actual hardware, to be honest, because not only is the hardware cheaper, no, it's more expensive at the moment. No, the hardware is more expensive than the Oculus, but it comes with some free software. So, I mean, to be honest, they need to do something to compete with Meta, Facebook, or Oculus, whoever you want to call them, because they've been around for a while and these are kind of the underdogs. So we'll see where it goes. But I've been having a bunch of fun with it, and I will keep you updated on how that all goes. So I've been in talks with a person from Facebook Marketplace to maybe get hold of some retro laptops that need some TLC. They are sold as spares and repairs, and we'll see if I can get them up and running. However, the contact with the individual has now dried up, so we'll see what's happened in that regard. But also, to be honest, I need to raise some funds for these laptops, unless the seller's willing to wait till next month. Need to have that discussion with them if they are. But I actually went on to CX, which here in the UK is a franchise pawn shop chain, basically. And I went there to see how much they would give for various box sets that I may want to look at selling. You know what? Stuff it. I ain't going anywhere near selling those with a 10-foot barge pole. I got really depressed very quickly when I looked how much they would give for these various box sets, such as the Zatoichi box sets, the Gamera box sets, my Mad Men box set, my Harry Potter Hogwarts collection. Actually, they still give a decent price for that. Zatoichi, for the longest time, they give £57 for. Straight up £57, and there have been a few occasions where I've been tempted to take it down to get a bit of extra dough. However, it's now at £39. I ain't selling that for £39. The thing brand new is worth 150 quid. Gamera. And this is really depressing. I think this is correct. £32, I think it said on there. Again, look this up literally 2 or 3 weeks ago. I swear it said like 50, 60 quid. No, they now give you 30 for it. The Mad Men box set it's ridiculous. I mean, CX are close to being scammers anyway, or close to being scalpers anyway. They ride the line between being scammers and not scammers, to be honest with you. And I'm really disappointed and quite depressed at that. So if I do need a bit extra money, gonna have to it's a couple of games I can probably sell, to be honest. But if this individual wants to do a deal, I might have to see if they're willing to hold on for a couple of weeks. We can do it next month. But yeah, that was. I didn't realise how bad CX had gotten. So I actually do watch a few DVD and Blu-ray collectors from the UK that do go to CX to sell things. And I've been watching Movie Matt and Dan's Movie Cave. Used to go by Autumn Productions way back in the day. I've actually forgotten his main channel nowadays. I apologise if you watch my videos, Dan. But yeah, I've been watching those two recently, and both of them have gone through a sort of realization recently that maybe selling some sets or releases that you're not going to ever watch would be a good idea to go about things. And they've gone to CEX, gotten vouchers and stuff like that. But I might look at the Facebook option, maybe selling a couple of those things and going down that route, because that was depressing. That took me down a rabbit hole that I did not want to go down. I swear there was something else I was going to tell you guys about. I need to do some clearing and cleaning up this week quite majorly, and there's probably going to be, as I flip, will this work? Yes, it works. So this is my Sky Glass setup, and you can see remnants of me clearing up some bits and bobs that I've placed on my PlayStation 3 and what have you, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 5 and what have you. But this is my Sky Glass TV that I've been enjoying for just over a year now. There's going to be a video on that soon, because really been enjoying Sky Glass. Definitely have a few things to say about it. And that's if you're not very technically minded. I don't think Sky Glass is a good idea, because the amount of times I've had to literally reset that TV like it's a computer. Like pull the power cable out, put it back in again. It's really finicky and still kind of in, I think it shouldn't be released territory, which is funny because Sky have just increased the price of their Sky Glass. We've actually got that for the TV itself for £13 a month for 4 years, and then you pay for the Sky pack, the TV package. On top of that, they've actually hiked that price up since we got our Sky Glass TV. So the fact they've hiked up the price, and yet I don't think this is necessarily personally ready for full-on release, because there are so many bugs and idiosyncrasies with Sky Glass that I think the average person would get really frustrated really quickly with it. For instance, I turned on my Xbox One X, Series X, do apologise, earlier for the first time in a while, and it wouldn't detect HDMI 2. I got it connected via HDMI 2. Just wouldn't connect it, just would not recognise it. I pulled the power cable out of the TV, power cable out of the Xbox, wouldn't do it. Googled it, and someone goes, try taking up the HDMI cable, put it back in again. Guess what? It only bloody worked. But I can imagine the average person would get frustrated at those technical issues that happen with it, because it is essentially a computer. It's a massive 42-inch, 43-inch computer at the end of the day, and it does behave like a buggy computer. It behaves like a computer in which you've installed an OS on it, and the OS doesn't quite marry up with the hardware, if you get what I'm trying to say there. So, yeah, I definitely have some views and opinions. The TV itself, bang for buck, features for price, is really good. It's a really good panel, really good features, really good sound, all that kind of stuff. It's just unfortunate about the functionality and the performance sometimes. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little update video. I'm going to go away and probably eat something because I'm feeling a bit off at the moment. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-ra!